Alright, Vampire turn 3. This is where it started to get dicey for the Chaos. So Mortis Engine moved up. With the bubble of regen, any enemy unit within range also takes damage. I don't remember what the exact rules are for it, but it did a lot of damage. And then he also got to scream at my Chaos Warriors, my main unit, and I lost 5 or 6 to the screen because it's 2d6 plus 2 minus the target's leadership, with Chaos only being an 8. It was pretty easy to get a few wounds off on that. He was able to regenerate a few wounds using invocation. His Graveguard charged the flank of my chariot, and his Choppy Lord chopped the chariot apart. But since that unit wasn't in combat with the ogres, they just reformed after they killed it. But the wounds did carry over, and almost everything that he regenerated with the crypt ghouls, thanks to the bubble, invocation, and the heck, were killed due to the ogres attacking and combat resolution. The last thing was the spirit host charged into my other warriors. They held them up all game long. Since the max I can do is the 2 ranks in the banner, which is 3, so as long as he doesn't kill anything, I do okay. But with the battle standard bearer nearby and him only losing by 1 or 2, it'll take a long time to go through those 4 wound base spirit hosts. I need to get a better way of dealing with them in my army. Okay, that was the end of Vampire turn 3. Alright, Chaos turn 3. Oh, I did forget in Vampire turn 3, the comet did come down, doing a few wounds to the skeletons, a couple wounds to the corpse cart, but he managed to save all 7 wounds on the Mortis Engine thanks to that 3+ regeneration save. Yeah, that was very annoying. So on Chaos, I was able to beat the ghouls finally and reform my main warrior unit to face his Graveguard. The ogres finally beat out his crypt ghouls, crypt ghouls, and they're just waiting to engage the Graveguard unit. The Shaggoth made not really a long charge, but a twisty charge to get to the Mortis Engine in the flank. He did put a couple of wounds on it, but did take 1 in return. So with the crumbling, it only got to half dead. The Hell Cannon moved up and around. I got off Harmonic Convergence in the bubble, so I'm re-rolling all 1s with everything but my Warriors unit and the Hell Cannon for 1 full turn. That helped me finish off some combat stuff, which was good. And that was it of Chaos turn 3. Vampire Counts turn 4. He tried to charge my warrior unit with his Graveguard, but actually only rolled a 3 instead of the 4 inches he needed, so he did a failed 2-inch move there. His skeleton warriors reformed to face the Hell Cannon and then backed up 2 inches. His battle standard bearer took the lore of beasts, and so he had Wizen's wild form, and he 6-diced it and did do the irresistible force to get Wizen's wild form on his Graveguard, and rolled Dimensional Cascade for the miscast, killed some skeletons, but did not get pulled into the chaos space for his troubles. The Mortis Engine's bubble at the beginning of the turn did a few more wounds, and actually did a whole bunch of wounds to the ogres, killing like did like 5 wounds to the ogres, and only 1 wound to the warriors and a couple of dogs. And I think it did 1 wound to the cannon. So it didn't do too much. Oh, and a wound to the chariot. So overall, not too devastating. Close combat saw a couple of wounds go off on the spirit host, but yeah, they're, like I said before, they're going to be there the rest of the game. Alright, that's it for Vampire Counts turn 4. Alright, Chaos turn 4. With the Graveguard right there, my unit of warriors and my unit of ogres charged in to help out my Shaggoth. The Hell Cannon and the Chariot both charged into the Mortis Engine, hoping to kill it off so that they could overrun and do damage on the other 2 units that were right there. In Magic, I was able to get off Curse of the Midnight Wind in a bubble, but he dispelled my Harmonic Convergence. When I destroyed I should have done the Graveguard combat before, well, no, I had to do the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth combat first so that I could overrun with the Chariot and the Hell Cannon into the other 2 units. But the explosion that happens when the Mortis Engine dies is ridiculously powerful and killed almost all my warriors that were left and took out 2 bases of ogres and put a couple of wounds on my Shaggoth and my Hell Cannon. Almost destroyed the dogs. The dogs made their panic check amazingly. So it was it did more. That was the most damage my army took in one action in a long time. But the Hell Cannon did overrun into the skeletons, and the Chariot did overrun into the Graveguard and do its impact hits before the Vampire Lord killed it. In that combat, my Battle Standard Bearer issued a challenge, and his champion accepted. So I was able to kill the champion without too much problem. And then he proceeded to wipe out the rest of my unit. And I only had 2 ogres to fight with because of the Mortis Engine blowing up, so I didn't get as much damage as I would like. I did end up winning combat, but only like 1 or 2, so it didn't really reduce his effectiveness very much. And we messed up. We thought this was turn 5, not turn 4, so there's only 1 more turn in the game. That was our bad. So that was the end of Chaos turn 4, and on to Vampire Counts. Alright, so this is Vampire Count turn 5. This is the last picture, because we, like I said before, didn't do the turn 6 because we miscounted on the turns. Our bad. So his Graveguard was able to, or his zombie unit charged the flank of my ogres. Was able to do a couple extra points there. Throughout all the combat, my Chaos Lord, or not Chaos Lord, Exalted Hero Battle Standard Bearer did some damage. I lost combat by 3, but my ogres beat feet and ran, but my Battle Standard Bearer decided to hang out. The Hell Cannon munched his Master Necromancer, but his Vampire Lord killed my Sorcerer Lord, so both generals were dead. The Hell Cannon won combat by quite a bit and killed most of the remaining skeletons. The die 6 strength 4 hits was doing 2 or 3 wounds to him and no wounds to me because of my toughness 6 on the Hell Cannon. On the Chaos turn, since this is the final picture, I decided not to charge my Shaggoth into the Graveguard, figuring it would just be handing him almost 300 points for the monster, because 9 attacks with strength 6 is gonna kill him pretty easily, especially if that Vampire Lord's right there. And that's where the game ended. It actually came out to be a draw, slightly in the Vampire Count's favor by less than 100 points. with his grave guard being there, that is a huge point sink. So, and he still has 2 characters left. I only have 1 because my Battle Cinder Bearer did die at the end of the turn. So I have my level 2 mage left, 1 unit of warriors, the Hell Cannon and the Shoggoth, and a unit of dogs. So I still had about 1,200 points on the board, and he had about 1,300 points on the board. So all in all, not too bad of a fight. If we hadn't screwed up on round 4 and realized it was round 4 instead of round 5, because the Mortis Engine, when it blows up, is the strength of the turn it is. Strength 4 wouldn't have been as brutal as Strength 5. I think it would have helped me out a little bit. Would have changed it from a draw to something else? Probably not. But other than that, it was a hard-fought game, and the score actually looked decent to what it was. So thanks for listening to another battle report, and hopefully have some more real soon. Thanks.